What's up, everybody? We are back with a morning trade recap. Walking away, about $8 up, just taking it easy. Missed out on a lot of stuff, but I did all right. We'll get into it. PBTS, great move. NAOV had a great morning move. So did MDIA. NSAV was a really great OTC runner, gap up mover. DYIA had a nice bounce if you were lucky enough to catch it. And the big runner everyone was excited about this morning, Clove, just dumping. Couldn't even really find the bounce yet. It's trying. Probably, gonna test and maybe fail this 910 area. But let's get into the trade recaps. PBTS really is the main one to talk about. This quick scalp I just did a couple minutes ago. I saw this looks really lame because it's within 1 minute. But I saw this perking up. I was on the I was on the main the chart thing here. I was seeing this. Here's what I was looking at. All right. So on the 5 minute, you have this little consolidation setup happening. You see the volume kind of fading too. And then this 5 minute candle breaks this downtrend line on good volume. So I hopped over, waited through this. All of a sudden on the bid, there was a big this number. You see it's 153, 241, or 487 by 511. This just kind of adds together all of the 204 orders that are sitting on the level 2, so it just puts them all into one number, right? This right here on the bid was 1,200, 1,300, something like that, in the thousands over at the at 202 or something. So I was like, okay, something's gonna happen. Boom, let me just hit it real quick. Got 83 shares gives me roughly 20 cents of risk on a $5 risk calculation, which is what I've been running with today. And just saw the pop to 206 and just, all right, let me just flip it real quick, just add a couple more dollars to the P&L. I guess I could have held a little longer, but I knew I was kind of chasing something. The ideal entry really is you see it here, you see the higher low, you see it starting to break the thing, and you can get in at 197, sub $2, and then play this flip, right? Because right now you see we're already kind of pulling back. Maybe we retest this 195 level and then swing back up. That is the main trade I wanted to talk to you about. Actually, the main one was this. In pre-market, and I'm so bummed that I didn't just take a position into the open, because I was like, oh man, this still looks really good. So here's what I was seeing, right? So you had this big after hours mover, right? Opens pre-market hanging around the highs, starts doing this little consolidating action. Saw there was a little bit of a downtrend here. Saw the the higher lows sort of deal. Extrapolated this out. Now at the time, actually, I'll be real with y'all. What I was actually looking at, my bottom line was different in the moment. My bottom line was actually this, right? So I was higher low, this and that. And so, okay, you see my buy is right here. So this is before any of this happened, right? So this is what my line was looking at the time. So I'm like, oh, okay, we're clocking back here. We're going to, we're going to buy. We're going to do the buy at support move. So we did that and bought at support at 175. Gave myself 2 cents of risk, right? Then got out at 78, right? So I got myself 2 cents of risk, and I got just a little over 1R on this trade. So good. I'm trying to focus on the R multiples, which means this trade was like $7 or $8 or something like that. And then, and then I added that extra on this quick little scalp here. Other ones we'll look at BTB and NAOV, which are like nothing really happened with them. But BTB was another morning gapper that I was eyeing. Look at the daily chart right here. We have multi-day breakout into a gap fill, right? So I was like, oh, this could go, we could retest. We could retest the 160s at least, possibly 2 if we have enough volume, right? Had this bit of a guy going on, this trend line in the moment, right? So I'm like, let me take 166 at 117, about here, and I'll risk 115. That was my idea. Something, I don't know. I didn't like what I was seeing on the tape and level. Like, I don't have a reason. I was just like, this feels dubious, right? Especially since I had seen PBST kind of like fake out my higher low drawing before. So if I was looking at this in the moment sort of deal, so I'm like, okay, well, I think it's getting weak. Let me get out. I got out for break even, so whatever. And good thing, because this would again, I was risking 115. I would have gotten stopped out. So, and it was like a $5 or $10 risk or something. So I'm like, I want to protect my green, right? Like I'm green on the day. I want to protect the green. So that was that. And then the other one was NAOV. Small loss because I caught myself like chasing, but I guess it didn't matter. So like here I am buying for the break to new highs, right? So I get in on the, I was late, not late. Like I was pushing the buy button at 74. I wanted to buy into the break to new highs for the flip, but it just didn't work out like that. Like I bought right as it was breaking, so I got like 277, and this was kind of hanging around in this pullback zone. I'm just like, oh my god, like I'm such a freaking idiot. Like what? Why am I buying into a push to new highs? Like, especially since I see this happen where like it pushes and you get a brief break to new highs, right? And then you pull back down, right? So basically what I need to do for myself, right? Because I have way better luck when I'm buying along, my lines, right? So I see the break to new highs, and then I gotta wait for the pullback, right? I gotta either catch this small action, or wait. We did end up kind of pulling back a little bit, and then you trade the confirmation move, or even like really, if you wait for like volume to pick up, right? So you see this is the volume during this push, and we're kind of hanging below that in this consolidation range. Starts to pick back up. Look at this. First green candle, bigger than normal volume. Right here. That tells you something's up. And then, boom. 323. Like, I don't know. Just some thoughts. Or I guess you could like, you wait for the consolidation to play out. By the time you get here, like, which is really what I drew the trend line from. It was like, once you have like 3 touches, I think it's pretty good to place your line, right? 3 touches. So you see this third touch, 271. Yeah, it's not 263, but you now have a confirmed trend. Boom. Take it in. Take it for the ride. I think that's like the way I gotta think about it. This whole like, oh, we're right below new highs. Let me buy, because then it's like, okay, maybe in this instance it would have worked out, but even then, like, you gotta hold through this, right? So you either gotta buy here, risk the previous candle low, so that's 77. You gotta risk the 10 cents or whatever, which just feels more stressful. The other side of that is you get in near the support line, and you can have a tighter risk. If you're getting in here, 271, even call it 275, right? I can go ahead and put like a 3, 4, 5 cent stop order. But now all of a sudden, what I say, 75, if I'm, by the time we get to the retest of new highs, I'm already up like 1R, and then everything else is the super gravy, right? So that's where my head's at. I don't know why I spent so long on NAOV. Luckily, I caught myself what I was doing. I was able to get out for, just 80 cents, right? Okay, fine. But I gotta remember not to do that. Other than that, I'm pretty proud of myself for not FOMOing into other trades. Like frankly, the FOMO into NAOV could have been way worse. I didn't FOMO into AHPI this morning, didn't FOMO into the ZEV spike, didn't FOMO into this DYAI bounce, even though I was like, oh, it's right by the line, this might be a good chance to buy. Anyway, I hope you all did well. Leave a comment below if you had any good scores. I want to hear about it. We can celebrate. In the meantime, I am leaving town today, so I'll try and get a watch list out tomorrow. But I don't know if I'm gonna trade at all. I'm gonna be in Chicago. So anyway, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment below, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Aubrey, out.